Thank you so much. And now I will turn the mic over to Washington Unitarian Universalist Voices for Justice Legislative Coordinator, Jolinda Stevens. Thank you, Jolinda.
Thank you so much, Betsy. Thank you for putting together this event with less than a month. It is very impressive. And I want to thank all of you for coming. This is amazing. Let's see, we've heard from a lot of our partners. I know one that I want to recognize is Earth Ministry, who is here all the time in Olympia, and Jesse Dye, who is their director. Thank you so much for being here. Is there anyone else that I'm missing? Speak up, please. Oh, yes. And he is the vice chair of Unitarian Universalist Voices for Justice, and so he's right there. And over here, she was just waving in her beautiful blue from East Shore is our president, Susan Morrison, also a Rev.
Don't forget Sierra.
Okay, I wasn't aware that Sierra Club was coming, and I'm very grateful for you being here. The important message is that we're here, we're ordinary people, and there are a lot of us all over the state. And so what are the next steps? So at 1 o'clock, for those of you who want to, the chair of the Democrats in the Senate, a very hard job, we have an appointment with her. So we would invite everyone who wants to speak with her to go just up these steps, and I believe her office is to the left. If you didn't get one of these, it's important that you get one. I have them up here and you can come forward. She's in room 315. So she needs to hear from us about the Carbon Pollution Accountability Act. There is a House Appropriations Committee vote this afternoon at 1:30. If you go there with all of the wonderful things you have on, you will send a message just by being there. I would encourage you to do that. It's in the House building, which is to my right. It's the John O'Brien building. And the hearing rooms are all on the first floor. There is also, at the last minute, a 3:30 meeting over in the Senate building, which is the Sherberg building. So it's back here and to the right, to my right now, at 3:30, and that's where the rollout with the Senate budget is. So if you can stick around for that and show up with all your wonderful buttons and t-shirts on, that would be really good. And I welcome you to drop by your legislators' offices this afternoon. Changes have been coming up on changes so that it was impossible to schedule meetings. So if you just want to drop in, legislative aides are important people to talk with. And if you want to find out where your legislators are, there, as you go in the doors for the House building and the Senate building, there is a station with security people, and you can pick up a grid that shows you where everybody is. Very important is up on our website is a one-click letter to go to your legislators and an opportunity to send the same letter to all of the 8 budget leaders in the House and Senate. I encourage you to do that. We have 2, but we are making a video from this. It would be good to return to the UU Voices for Justice website in a couple of days. I hope we can get it ready that soon. And this is something else that you can send, a link to the YouTube video of this, and with a note that you were here and you were planning to be here on this issue from now until. This bill is not dead in this session. It may sound like it, but it's not. If we keep pushing, we can do it this year. I wanted to close, as some of the Unitarian Universalists in the room are aware, we are in the midst, we're in the second week of the Climate Justice Month. And I just wanted to read a couple of sentences from the leaders of Commit to Respond, our new environmental justice organization. Our current crisis requires transformation. It's less about changing a few individual behaviors and more about imagining radical new ways of living. Our current paradigm assumes the expendability of some people and species in service to the dominant culture. In this paradigm, we willingly sacrifice the people on the margins of society, generally people of color, immigrants, and people who live with great financial instability, to maintain the industrial growth economy. This economic system assumes ecosystems, communities, cultures, and non-human beings are all externalities that are expendable in the pursuit of maximizing profit. Let us make sure that that is no longer so. And when you talk about environmental justice, so most of us in this room know that communities of color and frontline communities suffer more from environmental degradation than any other groups. And it's tempting to believe that if we simply address the environmental degradation, then that is environmental justice for communities of color and frontline communities. And that is not so. We need to incorporate leadership from these communities when we are making decisions. And one small part of environmental justice is the Voting Rights Act that is moving through the Senate right now. This morning at 10 o'clock, it was exec'd out to the Rules Committee. So it is almost at the end of its road. We could have a Voting Rights Act this session. And that is also important to environmental justice. So I thank you all for coming. I hope that you can stick around, talk to your legislators, be in the hearings, and be a silent witness in those, not in the hearings, in the meetings, and be a silent witness. It's very, very important. Thank you.